Hey, and welcome to CBR. Black Panther: Eyes of Wakanda is almost here, so today we're breaking down all the information about the animated anthology series that the trailer reveals, and everything we know so far about the show. Eyes of Wakanda will be an anthology miniseries consisting of 4 episodes set to be released all at once on August 27, 2025. So it's 4 separate stories, each lasting 30 minutes. Created by Todd with executive production by Ryan Coogler, the show will be part of the main Marvel timeline, sharing continuity with the Black Panther films. Unlike the other Marvel animated series so far, this will be the first one to be part of the sacred timeline. That means a direct connection to the greater narrative of Earth 616, which will give fans more insight into the context of the live-action MCU moving forward. It will be the first show of Phase 6 in the franchise, and it will highlight an aspect of Wakanda that hasn't been explored in the MCU yet. The show will focus specifically on the Hatut Zeraze, a group of Wakandan warriors who have carried out dangerous missions throughout the history for the kingdom. In the comics, Hatut Zeraze means dogs of war in the Wakandan language. They were introduced to Marvel Comics in the Black Panther series in 1998 as a covert Wakandan strike force that acts as an intelligence and security agency in the nation. In Eyes of Wakanda, these agents will carry out missions around the world and across different eras in history to retrieve stolen vibranium artifacts. There is a star-studded cast voicing the characters, including Winnie Harlow as Noni. She's a disgraced former member of the Dora Milaje. Cress Williams as the Lion, a former Wakandan general who becomes a pirate. He steals advanced technology from Wakanda, planning to use it to found his own kingdom. Steve Toussaint as a yet unnamed jaded agent, an authority figure with a heart whose strong devotion to the cause leads to his principles sometimes outweighing his duty. And other undisclosed roles for big names in the field like Anika Noni Rose, known for voicing Tiana in The Princess and the Frog, and Gary Anthony Williams, who voices Uncle Ruckus in The Boondocks. This cast also includes Emmy Award winner Lynn Whitfield in her voice acting debut, and an ancient version of Iron Fist is also one of the characters confirmed to appear. We're soon gonna get to the theories on who that will be. Ryan Coogler, who wrote and directed Black Panther and Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, has been attached to this project since 2021. He's just coming off Sinners being a huge hit in February 2021. Coogler announced that his company Proximity Media and Disney had signed a 5-year deal to develop a television show based on Wakanda. In 2022, a Variety article stated that Proximity Media was developing several series set in Wakanda. For all we know now, some or most of these announcements might have been Marvel Studios just keeping fans guessing to protect the actual plans in progress from spoilers. This and other reports in media mention that Coogler and Disney were developing something titled The Golden City, referring to the Wakandan capital city. Another report that never came to be was a series focused on the Dora Milaje character Okoye. An article in Variety in 2023 reported that Marvel Studios was developing multiple ideas for featuring Black Panther characters in Disney Plus series, but no final green light had been given to any project up to that point. In December of the same year, Marvel Studios animation head Brad Winderbaum officially announced the production of Eyes of Wakanda. From 2021 to 2023, the creative team had apparently been analyzing different angles before fully committing to the best idea possible. Right away, it was also announced that the plot was going to focus on the stories of different Wakandan warriors throughout history. So from late 2023 until now, they have been crafting Eyes of Wakanda. Todd, who has a prominent career as a storyboarder for live action among his many talents, was officially attached to the project later as director and showrunner. He is the person who pitched the idea for the series to Kevin Feige, but had not been announced yet as the showrunner until recently. Harris revealed that he first pitched the idea for this show to Feige back when the first Black Panther movie was made in 2018, while he was working as a storyboarder on Avengers: Infinity War. This was before Marvel Studios even had an animation branch. Marvel Studios Animation formed in 2021, so it seemed like Eyes of Wakanda was on the table from day one. Harris has shared that he looked to explore Marvel history throughout the lens of human story in this series, and first imagined it as an accompanying piece to Black Panther. It was impossible to make this show back in 2018, But once Marvel Studios Animation was formed, they approached Harris about picking it back up. The budget for the series has reportedly reached nearly $20 million between June 2022 and June 2023, which is the average budget Marvel is investing in animated series right now. In the writing department, huge in-house talents were hired, like Jeffrey Thorne, who worked as a writer on the animated series Ultimate Spider-Man and was showrunner on the 5th season of Avengers Assemble. Mark Bernardin, who worked as a writer on the video game Marvel 1943, Rise of Hydra, and Matthew Chauncey also wrote for the series after working on What If and Miss Marvel. So there really hasn't been too much revealed about the show, but some crucial information is there if you pay close attention to the trailer that Marvel dropped around 7 months ago, and the teaser cut that they also released. The character most featured on the trailer, who appears with the lion mask at one point, is the Lion. He appears to be the main character and antagonist who has obtained a magical power thanks to some secret or perhaps even forbidden measure. Fans have been speculating that it will be a pact with Sekhmet, the lion god. Sekhmet is part of the Egyptian pantheon, but in Marvel Comics, the lion god migrated to Wakanda when the era of pharaohs ended. Considering the lion is a traitor of Wakanda, it seems like Noni will be going after him, perhaps to restore her reputation and redeem herself to join the Dora Milaje again. The show's title, Eyes of Wakanda, refers to the Hatut Zeraze, who act as something equivalent to the CIA of Wakanda. It seems like they'll be going after the lion to retrieve the Wakandan technology stolen by him. Now, if that's the plot of one episode, or if the lion is himself traveling through time or becomes immortal, we don't know, and it's hard to speculate because he doesn't exist in the comics. The show will also give fans some insight into the legacy of the Black Panther, as that mantle is passed down over generations in these stories in different time periods. It'll also help to expand the concept that Wakanda is hidden from the rest of the world, showing what events throughout history helped to shape this foreign policy and their current national identity. The showrunner said that the Hatut Zeraze would have their loyalty tested on their missions, and he has also emphasized the importance of espionage in the plot, saying the main genre explored is spy thriller. Another interesting comment made by Todd Harris about the spin-off prequel was made in the 2025 Aneki Animation Festival, where episode 1, Into the Lion's Den, premiered, followed by a Q&A. Harris described the show as anthology adjacent, so although we are classifying it in those terms, the episode will actually be connected somehow, despite being standalone stories at the same time. According to him, Wakanda is a 10,000-year-old society with a very succinct self-identity, and they're preserving that. The point of the show is to explore how all that came to be. In terms of a timeline, Eyes of Wakanda will begin at the end of the Western Bronze Age. The first episode takes place in the year 1260 BC. For this episode, Ryan Coogler was inspired by the Sea People, a group of tribes hypothesized to have attacked Egypt and other eastern Mediterranean regions during the late Bronze Age. The period in history the other episodes are set in have not been revealed yet. Harris shared that, based on Coogler's suggestion of exploring the Sea Peoples, the team of writers posed the questions, what if they were led by Wakandans, who had superior technology and tactics? What kind of disruptive force would they be in this era? The point of making Eyes of Wakanda, especially now, is to focus more on Wakandan principles rather than specific Black Panther characters. With Black Panther 3 on its way as well, but not coming for a long time, Eyes of Wakanda will keep the franchise on our minds. According to a 2025 report on MovieWeb, Black Panther 3 is set to hit theaters in February 2028. This will be after Avengers Secret Wars, when the MCU will already be on the mutant saga, so we may see a shift in the Black Panther movies to stories in which Wakanda and the X-Men cross over. Perhaps shows like Eyes of Wakanda will help ease that transition. Okay, now you may be wondering, if Eyes of Wakanda is set on Earth 616, will it not impact all other live-action projects in the MCU beyond Black Panther? And the answer is yes, it will. The inclusion of another version of Iron Fist and Eyes of Wakanda connects with the plan of bringing the Defenders back together to the Disney Plus live-action shows, for example. With Daredevil Born Again Season 1 receiving great reviews, Marvel Studios has more reasons to finally bring on the team of vigilantes as they have confirmed they plan to. Jessica Jones, for example, is set to appear on Daredevil Born Again Season 2. He's not a member of the Defenders, but we've also seen Jon Bernthal return to the Punisher role in the next season of Daredevil. The plot and the characters, they might all be there for the Defenders to team up again as soon as the early episodes of the upcoming season of Daredevil Born Again. So it's all lining up. But here's how an ancient Iron Fist character becomes a game changer. In the Iron Fist series, we have learned that Wu-Ashi has once existed in the sacred timeline of the MCU. In the comics, she is an ancient wielder of the power of the Iron Fist. The Iron Fist we will see in Eyes of Wakanda is very likely her. She's described in the Iron Fist show on Netflix as the first woman to defeat the dragon. She was known as a pirate queen in her time, which is in the 17th century, and is revealed to be an ancestor to Colleen Wing. In the trailer, there is a scene on a boat that could be a pirate ship, making it highly likely this theory is correct. Fans wonder if the Defenders will have Colleen Wing as Iron Fist now, since Eyes of Wakanda will probably expand on the lore of her family's connection to this power. We suspect one of the other 3 episodes of the 4 in the series will be set in her time period. Since we don't know much about the actual plot of those episodes, it's hard to guess which other franchises in the MCU umbrella may connect to Eyes of Wakanda. But basically, anything could. Marvel Comics has a vast archive of stories set in different periods of human history to serve as source material for Eyes of Wakanda. Some of these stories set in the past are widely considered fan favorites, like Marvel 1602. It's an 8-issue comic book limited series published in 2003 set on a parallel universe where characters like Doctor Doom, the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, and Spider-Man are all there. But there are also a few story arcs in Marvel Comics that visit the past of the sacred timeline. It's the case for The Rise of Apocalypse, a 1996 series of 4 issues set on Earth 616 in 3000 BC. Eyes of Wakanda could potentially explore the sacred timeline itself, beyond the kingdom of Wakanda and how it came to be. As every nation, it lives in relation with the rest of the planet in every sense. The writers of Eyes of Wakanda may have pulled inspirations from series that don't necessarily feature Wakanda or Black Panther characters in the process of fleshing out the plot and respecting the canon created so far in the MCU. The continuation of Ryan Coogler's involvement from when he was first hired by Marvel Studios in 2016 to now is definitely a detail that makes all the difference in how the franchise is being developed as a whole. Coogler is also the executive producer in Ironheart, the series that just solidified Riri Williams' role for the future crossovers and introduced the long-awaited Mephisto. So far, everything Coogler gets involved in Marvel turns out to be great. We would not oppose it if, beyond Black Panther 3, a Ryan Coogler movie would be directed in the Mutant Saga. When Marvel unveiled Episode 1 of Eyes of Wakanda at the Annecy International Animation Film Festival, it was highly praised for its innovation in terms of successfully introducing new characters instead of relying on exploring T'Challa's ancestors, for example. Marvel's Iron Fist series was poorly received in comparison, so a fresh version of the character in Eyes of Wakanda might be exactly what the MCU needs to move on from the Defenders without having to deal much with the mess that the MCU has made of Danny Rand. With its historical approach to create an anthology, the potential deep character storytelling, and connections to both past and future MCU narratives, this series could become one of Marvel's most important animated projects yet. It's a whole new way to expand the MCU's world building in bold directions. But now, we would love to hear your thoughts on what has been revealed so far, and your expectations for the show. What do you think will happen to the Lion's plans? Could there be another hidden nation under the Lion God in the planet? Much like the Wakanda does under the Panther God, using technology to shield themselves from other states? What are you looking forward to most with this release? Is it the spy thriller intrigue, a deeper look into the Wakandan lore, or maybe the hints towards what's next for the Defenders and the Mutant Saga? Let us know in the comments below, and until next time, thanks for watching CBR.